What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. Tonight I think we should have a quick look at SHLL stock. It's one that we talk about quite a lot, so I know a lot of you guys are interested in it, and it is in your best interest to watch this video all the way through to the end, so I would appreciate it massively if you would do that. But tonight we're going to be looking at the stock, being as it has dropped quite a bit. We're going to be looking at some factors, some reasons why it has dropped, and whether we should be concerned about this. Before we do start the video though, I do need to say I am not your financial advisor. Everything that I say in this episode is nothing more than my opinion, and take it as only that. It's just my opinion on what I think the stock will do, and I cannot guarantee it, so please do your own research. Just take this as some factors from a guy. It's just my opinion, nothing more than that. Another thing which I'm going to say, I would appreciate it a lot, man, if you guys could subscribe. Can you get us to 400? We're trying to get to 1,000 overall. We're taking it in steps of 100. Can we get to 400 now? You can see we're almost about to get to 300, so 400 by tomorrow would be absolutely lovely. I can't guarantee it, but you guys can help me to get one step closer to that 1,000 that we are aiming for. Please do leave a like as well. Now that I've said all that, let's actually have a look at the stock. So why have I brought up the Nasdaq? I'll be looking into that in just a moment. Let's look at the actual shell stock itself, which is going to be the HYLIION stock as well soon. On the 1 day, honestly, we're down quite a bit. We started off at around $50. Ever since then, we're already at $44.99, just under 45 there. So we're touching a 6% loss, 6.5% loss on the day. Going out to the 1 week, well, a 5-day, 1 working week, we can see we were actually around this point last Thursday. So we could see that we were at the price around $45.19. Now we're slightly lower than that at $44.99. We hit a high this week of over $53, $52.88 was our high, but going out to 1 month, things become a lot more apparent on the gain, the long-term gain that we have had on this company. So we have seen big sell-offs like this in the past, but this stock has been basically on a big bull run for quite some time, and in my opinion right now, some people are taking profits. So let's just have a look at the longer-term point of view. Starting off at $9.92, decent price there to start off with. Then we saw our first rise as hype built around the stock, pushing us all the way up to highs of around $24, all the way up to $31. Ever since then, we did actually sell off to a standard point of around $19.33, pretty stable at the between $17 and $19 point. Then we started to rise, take this rise all the way up to $55, which was the high of this stock which we have seen so far, as hype started to build around the merger and whatnot. In my opinion, there is still this to go, but we're going to talk about this in a minute. But looking at on the 1 week, we can really see that this stock has taken a hit, especially on the 1 day. However, I think it's important to look at some factors in the overall market. So just before we look at some specific stock factors, let's just take a quick look at the Nasdaq. I am going to compare the Nasdaq. Like I said, I could have used the S&P for this one or other indexes, but we are going to look at the Nasdaq because it's kind of technology, being as this is kind of like an electric vehicle company into the future, similar to Tesla. Honestly, the S&P will give you similar results, but this is just the Nasdaq which we have chose to use. On the 5-day, the Nasdaq is actually down once again. On the 1 day, the Nasdaq has actually taken quite a similar pattern in the downturn towards where this stock has the shell stock. So we can understand the whole markets are down. Now, actually, stocks like Workhorse and Shell stock and other stocks have actually been outperforming the market for some time. But it looks like the market has actually caught up to them for a minute at the moment. But this can actually go the other way, because if this stock is strong enough, it can technically override the general market trend, in my opinion. But, you know, the stocks are all down. Why is this stock not going to be down? But a few other reasons are pushing this stock down, which we're going to talk about now. So obviously we have the merger coming very soon for this stock with Shell, which is Tortoise Acquisitions Corp, and HYLIION to make the HYLIION stock. And what does this mean for the stock? It means that hype should be building around this company. And another thing is people may actually be selling off now. So looking out to the 1 month, even the 6 month, if people are doing a swing trade on this one, or even just a long-term investment, we can see that the stock is up hundreds of percent over the last 6 months. And the thing is with investing, I mean, I think a lot of people try to make about 20-25% a year. So if you're up a few 100% in just a few months, it kind of could make sense to you to just cut your profits, take your profits, and be out of this deal right now, taking a nice healthy profit and leaving. So I would say a lot of people are leaving. Now, in my opinion, towards the next week, I think that's going to be very crucial as we come closer to the 28th, where people get closer to voting on the merger. I think that this stock could actually shoot up either way. I think it could go up highly or down. We could say that people have actually bought the hype right now. The hype is already in the market, we could say, and people are going to be selling off, and that is how we are going to go. In my opinion, though, we could see this stock continue to strengthen as more hype builds around the merger, and some people are certainly just taking profits now, as happens with all stocks. So we could argue that yes, people are just taking profits, and the stock is actually going to go higher as more hype builds closer to the date. I cannot say for certain. You guys tell me in the comment section what you think is going to happen, but let's just look around the merger itself and who holds the stock, and that will also have quite a big basic influence on what the stock price does in the next few weeks and months and even years, but more importantly the next few days, as in my opinion the next few days are going to be crucial for this company. Almost half of this stock is held by the general public, that's 43.1%. Institutions hold the next 35.9%, so we can see this is a majority of the company. So let's think about what individuals will do and what institutions will do. So individuals, fair enough, I think that a lot of people are actually in this one from the long term. I'm just going over what my subscribers and commenters tell me down in that section below. I think a lot of people do have hope for this company. Now institutions is a bit different because it depends what they're going for. They could be going for like an ARK invest approach where they're going for disruptive and innovative technologies, or they could just be going for money, because institutions is quite a various term and it's a varied term basically, so that could be any types of institution really. It just depends, who is holding this, which institutions are holding this, but a lot of this stock is actually held by institutions. Private companies hold the next largest percentage, which is 15%. Fair enough for that one. We can understand what they might do, but that is also hard to predict. And in my opinion, hedge funds is one of the easiest to predict alongside the general public. I think a lot of hedge funds will simply just be selling off with this news coming up, thinking that they've got a nice profit for their investors and just getting rid of it. So that is my personal opinion. Anyway, you guys tell me in the comment section if you enjoyed this video, tell me if you found it useful, and tell me what you think that Shell stock is going to do in the next few days. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and check out any of the ones on screen right now. Also, do press the subscribe button. Like I said, we're trying to get to 1,000. Let's get there. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.